Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a video on talking about how to really get immersed into the spiritual community. And I see a lot of people on my comments below asking me, like, how did I become a Reiki master? How did I really become immersed in the spiritual community? Because I do think that it can be quite not difficult, but there are just so many options, and especially if you have no idea where to start, then it can become a little bit overwhelming. Or if you know where to start, but you feel like you're not in a community that is really accepting to spirituality or metaphysical topics, I would know more than anybody because I literally live in Kentucky. I feel like it's getting a lot better now. I do live in northern Kentucky, so I feel like when a lot of people think of Kentucky, you think of what you think of when you think of Kentucky. But no, I live really close to Cincinnati, Ohio, so I am definitely in more of I have a lot of a balance between urban and rural. And for me, like, I do feel like I do have a lot of networks. I feel like there are a lot of people who share similar interests that I share, have the same beliefs that I share. But I do feel like I had to work for it a little bit. And so that's what this video is here to talk to you guys about, is like how to really get started. So the first thing that I would do is to start exploring topics of interest that you may have. And the best way to do this is YouTube video, books, podcasts, TV shows, and allow you to really submerge into the spiritual side of things, the metaphysical side of things, and just start allowing you to get immersed in it, because there are so many paths that you can go down into a spiritual journey. There are going to be a lot of different things that you can go down into. So whether that is tarot cards, or rather that is crystals, or sound healing, or Reiki, there are so many different avenues that you can go down. So by watching YouTube videos, typing in spiritual topics 101, books, there are a lot of great authors out there that will start to hopefully activate your mind, see the possibilities that are out there, and then by your interest, you can draw your own conclusions and kind of narrow down the path that you want to go down. Like, the first step that I would recommend to anybody is to just see the opportunities out there. What sparks your interest? What sparks your interest? What are you interested in? What are you gravitating to? And honestly, don't force the process. I know that it can become like such a vibey thing now, such like a TikTok thing, like I feel like people are talking about spirituality and shadow work and all these like clickbaity titles, and it is becoming more mainstream and more popular, and I think that's really cool. But I don't want you guys to ever feel like to force yourself into doing something or diving into something that you really feel like you're not called to, or you're not resonating with it. Don't force it. Like, what you're drawn to, right? So nobody had to tell me to be interested in crystals or tarot cards. Like, I was naturally drawn to that. Like, my parents weren't interested in that, but the moment that I started to learn about tarot card readings, and like my 16th birthday, for example, I told my parents that I wanted to have a medium to come over to our home as a birthday present, and she did readings, like I think it was like 15 or 30-minute readings for like 4 hours at my house. And it was absolutely amazing, because not only was she able to speak to the dead, and yes, she was very real, but she also did, like, she incorporated tarot cards in it. And she actually told me that, like, my birthday specifically, like the numbers of my birthday, so 3/24/97, my numbers, like numerology, really aligned with abundance and manifestation. And she told me that I was going to be growing up and manifesting a lot of my things into my life, manifesting a lot of abundance into my life. And so I was drawn to that. That was something that I told my parents that I wanted. They weren't drawn to that, but I was. So that just kind of goes back to the point of, listen to yourself intuitively and just don't force it. I feel like when you're forcing it, like that's where it becomes inauthentic and unproductive. I like tarot card a lot. I like tarot card readings like done on me, but I don't necessarily know if I have, at the moment, I don't see myself wanting to become a tarot card reader for other people. I have done it in the past for like family or friends, and they've actually come pretty accurate. And I like it and I enjoy it, but I haven't had a calling to like pursue it further as I did with the Reiki. Like a year and a half ago when I was introduced to Reiki, I immediately was like, yes, I'm going to get my certification. I'm going to become a Reiki master. And I I trusted my intuition and I trusted the process. Read books, watch YouTube videos, see what sparks your curiosity and what you're naturally drawn to, and then trust that and move forward with that. The next thing I would say to do, like let's say that you're really interested, but you don't know anybody around you who are interested in like things, or let's say that you're like, you may be like too embarrassed to bring it up. I know spirituality can be taboo in some places, which it shouldn't be. But sometimes like you might not feel comfortable, or you don't even know what you feel comfortable with. I would say go on Google and look up crystal shops near you. And the reason why I say that is because more than likely you're going to have a crystal shop in your location somewhere around you, hopefully. What I noticed at every single crystal shop that I've gone to, or almost every single crystal shop that I go to, first of all, have really good books, have really good crystals, incense. Like every time that I go into a crystal shop, I'm just like, I love it. I love the vibe. I love the feeling. So if you are drawn to the spiritual side of things, I really do feel like you're going to go in there and you're just going to feel so free and just so open and just so excited. That is going to validate to you that you are on the right path, okay? And another thing that I noticed about going into crystal shops are that there are a lot of like resources that could help you get connected to a community, like a broader community with people who share the same interests. So, for example, a couple months ago, I went to my local crystal shop, and there was, by the cashier, I was buying a couple of crystals, and when I was purchasing those crystals, there was like a sign up sheet to like right by the cashier. And I said, what is this? And it basically was a tarot card workshop where you can learn tarot card. And there were like 25 to 30 people signed up on the list of people who were interested, right? And yes, that's in Kentucky. I would just say, like, have an open mind with things and don't assume, because people are expanding their minds and expanding their consciousness, and a lot of people are more open to things that you wouldn't expect. So let's say that you are interested in a tarot card workshop, or you just want to get connected to people who are interested in similar things like tarot, right? Spirituality, metaphysical. And that's just going to allow you to meet a lot of different people who have similar interests. I've never gone to a workshop, but I definitely felt like it was a really cool opportunity for me. I didn't have the time that day. But I also noticed about tarot card readers specifically is that they too have a lot of resources in the industry. My tarot card reader and my Reiki healer were telling me about something called a foot detox, which I've never heard of, but they were telling me about it, like, Michael, like, you should totally get into it. I was like, oh my God, what's a foot detox? I had no idea what a foot detox was, but I learned about it, and she gave me the contact information for the person. It ended up being the same person, that my tarot card reader and my Reiki healer were seeing the same person. And that just shows you like how such of a small world it actually is. And once you meet one person, I guarantee you that person knows 10 other people or 5 other people that know 10 other people. It's just like a snowball effect, right? And once you dive into it, I promise you, you are going to meet people who know other people, especially when you share your interests with others, right? So let's say that you go to a crystal shop and you're talking to one of the workers at the crystal shop, and you're saying like, like, I'm really interested in Reiki. Guarantee you they're going to know what Reiki is. They may know a Reiki master teacher if you are interested in becoming a Reiki master, becoming Reiki 1 or Reiki 2 certified. I promise you, like what they say, it's not about what you know, it's who you know. Another thing I'm going to recommend is Reiki, seeing a Reiki healer. The reason why I say this is because I think Reiki is just so unreal of how healthy it is for your body, how much it promotes mental, physical, emotional, spiritual wellness, overall well-being, how it actually works. You have people who literally can't deny the warmth coming from a Reiki healer's hands, right? You can't deny it, even if you don't want to believe in it. It's real. You can watch my videos, it's real. My videos actually help my viewers basically resolve pain that they have had for years and it hasn't come back. And that's not me doing the healing, that's the universal consciousness. Reiki is spiritually guided life force energy. I'm just a conduit of that energy. Go see a Reiki healer if you have the means to do it at least once. I am offering Reiki virtual services. If you guys are interested, I leave my email address in the description box below where you can reach out to me, and you receive the same benefits virtually, believe it or not. And when you're getting a one-on-one session, it's going to be a lot more personalized for you. Being with a Reiki healer is going to allow you to remove blockages, mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, remove chakra imbalances, and that's going to help you to open up yourself to new opportunities. Because when we are living in a survival state, when we are living with anxiety, when we are living with stress, when we are living with trauma, we are closing off ourselves to receive all that it is that we want to bring forth, all the positive that we want to bring forth into ourselves, right? Onto ourselves. What it is that you want to manifest and bring forth into your life, right? Seeing a Reiki healer is going to allow you to remove those constraints off you over time, and to help you open up yourself to new possibilities and creating a new version of yourself. And that's why you need to be really open and honest with your Reiki healer so that they know how best to serve you. So if somebody came to me and said, I am just physically so unwell, like I have so much hurting with me, that is going to allow me to know, okay, we're going to work more on the physical body. If somebody says, I can't sleep at night, my emotions are flaring up, I can't think straight, right? Then that's going to let me know, okay, we have like certain chakra imbalances that we need to work on. My Reiki healer also was the one who introduced me to my Reiki master teacher. I had no idea where to go to become a Reiki master. I had no idea the process. I didn't know that there was Reiki level 1, 2, and 3. I had absolutely no idea. But when I went to go see my Reiki healer and I told her that I felt drawn to be a Reiki healer, that's when she said, here's the contact information. This is what you do. You do 3 classes, and it's like a year process. And I had so much clarity and more of a direction of like, okay, this is what I need to do. I need to go on the website. I need to purchase the class. I need to go, and they just help you, right? So let's say that you're really interested in sound healing. You want to get sound healing done. Let's say you can't find a sound healer. I guarantee you, if you know one person in the spiritual community, they might not know a sound healer, but they may know somebody who knows a sound healer, right? Promise you, connections are key. Another thing that I have been so immersed in is sound healing. I go to sound healing once a month by this incredible sound healer named June. She's been in the industry for literally 40 years. She's traveled all over the world, and she has met Dr. Joe Dispenza. You know, she does all these workshops and she's just fully immersed into it. And, you know, I love sound healing. In a way, it's very different than Reiki, but it's not at the same time, because the way that I look at it is that there's like an umbrella, right? And an umbrella of energy healing. And then under that umbrella, there are different modalities that you can dive into that are going to give you energy healing, right? So, sound healing to me, even though the practice is very different than the Reiki, it still brings a sense of relaxation, peace, balancing chakras, balancing your mind, body, spirit, and it's just so good. Like, I'm so invested in the sound healing, and I'm manifesting to become a sound healer by 2023, and it's something that I'm definitely going to bring forth into my channel. So definitely stay tuned for that. So like, my Reiki teacher has more classes than just Reiki. So for example, when I first started my Reiki 1 class, and we were in this Reiki 1 class, we're talking about Reiki, and we're just exploring different topics, and we're exploring different energy healing modalities and different philosophies, right? And the more that you surround yourself by that, the more you learn and the more that you grow, and it just expands your mind. And so for me, in September, I have another energy healing modality that I'm going to become certified in. It's called Trilogy. It's intuitive healing where it can be done virtually. I've talked about this multiple times, but it's something that I'm going to be able to incorporate on addition to Reiki. So the Reiki is going to come out of my hands, and then you're going to receive the Trilogy alignment, which is intuitive healing. And it's just amazing. The premise of this video is, once you start, it's practically impossible to stop. There are so many connections. Even if you have no idea where to start right now, I promise you there's connections around you. And, you know, with social media, you can search Instagram, you can search Facebook, Facebook groups are so good, right? I promise you, like, you're not alone if you feel alone on this journey. And don't be afraid to share your interest on social media too, if you feel comfortable doing that. So, you know, like on my Snapchat, I would tell people, oh, I just got done with the Reiki healing session. And then I would have people commenting on my post saying, oh my God, I didn't know you were into Reiki. I love Reiki. Or, oh, I'm actually really interested in it. Can we talk about it? And the more that you start that conversation, the people who are drawn to that will reach out and they will get connected. And you will know that you're not alone. And then the people who have no idea what you're talking about, they have no idea what you're talking about, right? Another thing that I will say about this is, you don't have to do one certain thing or all things to be a spiritual individual. I believe that the best thing that you could do for yourself is to listen and listen to yourself. What does that mean for you? Does that mean that you just feel really drawn to sit down and meditate for 5 minutes in the morning or in the middle of the day or at night? Then do that. Are you really drawn to crystals? Go do that. If you're not, don't do it. I don't like the whole idea of like people forcing other people to feel a certain way. This is your practice, this is your journey, and listen to yourself. What are you drawn to the most? Not everybody is going to be a Reiki master. By the way, there's only like 5,000 Reiki masters in the world. Just because you like receiving Reiki doesn't mean that you have to be a Reiki healer. I hope this video was really informative for you guys. I know that for me, like I didn't really know how to get started, but that's kind of the journey that I took to get where I'm at today, and I am nowhere even close to where I want to be. I want to learn so much more. I want to dive into so much more, and over time I will be doing that. But it's just about, it's a learning process, right? You can't learn it all overnight. You have to learn and talk to other people and communicate and really dive into it. This isn't something that is going to happen overnight, but if you have a genuine quest to your spiritual side, you are going to not even think of it as like daunting to learn, right? You're going to want to learn intrinsically. You're going to have intrinsic motivation to want to learn. And so I am honestly really grateful. I mean, look at my channel. There's thousands of people watching my video who are interested in Reiki. I had no idea that people would even be interested in Reiki healing videos. So when I first started my YouTube, it was just strictly an ASMR channel where I was doing ASMR triggers, tapping, ASMR sounds. And then one day I literally was like, well, I don't have a video idea. Let me just do Reiki. And that video really took off for my small channel, right? And that was kind of like eye-opening for me, because it was like, oh, like people actually do care. People actually want to see this. There are people out there who know about this and who are drawn to it. And so hopefully you take that as a message that there are people who do care. You just have to find them. And I promise you, there are a lot more people than you think. I hope this video helped you. Leave it in the comment section below if you have any questions. I answer most, if not all, of my comments. And I do have an Instagram at Michael the Modern Healer. Reach out to me if you're interested in one-on-one sessions with me. And until next time, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, everybody.